And whenever you guys are ready.
Coach, overall, you had, your chances were out shooting them, and then it seems like the penalties kind of maybe did a number on you. Is that what you feel, or what do you think?
Obviously, it's hard to score when you get penalties. I told the officials, I thought the first one was a 5. The second one was not a 5. And it's just, it's hard when, you're down to 4 defensemen, right? Like, Hank gets thrown out, and on a slew foot, our defenseman breaks his leg. So you're down to 4D, and you're killing a penalty, and there's frustration building. There's every opportunity for that thing to go south, and it didn't. I told the players after the game, like, and I've sat there in games we've won and said I didn't think we played very well. Tonight, to me, I don't care what the scoreboard says. Like, the effort that we got out of everybody was incredible. The 4 defensemen. Can you imagine playing every other shift for 2.5 or a period and a half? I mean, it's just, it's not even feasible. And, after killing all those penalties, your top guys kill penalties. So, you think that probably you're going to be out of gas, and they still found a way to tie it, and nice to see Ryland get his first goal. There's a lot of positives tonight, a lot. I'm very, very pleased with how we played. Now, disappointed with the outcome, just like everybody else, but that was a great effort.
You feel like
did you ever figure out? Good, Ryan.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you feel like there should have been a call on the broken leg?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can call a 5-minute major for a slew foot. That was a 5-minute major. The explanation I got for the first 5-minute major was that because somebody got hurt, it's a 5, and he broke his leg. He's got surgery now.
Ever any thought during the game to just give up with everything and mounting up against you?
Not one time. I didn't feel that on the bench once. The bench is always true, and when there's nights you don't have it, it's true on the bench, and they're dead. And tonight, not at one point did I sense negativity, did I sense anybody being down. I felt bad for them because of the situation they were in. And they just kept fighting.
What do you want to say about your seniors?
I mean, I start with Joe. 4 years ago when I got the job, he was the only player that stayed committed to Northern Michigan. He didn't stay committed because I was coming. He had no idea who the coach was. Everybody else went to a different school. Joe Nardi had made a commitment to Northern Michigan, and whoever that coach was going to be, he was going to play for him. And I think that tells you everything you need to know about him as a person. Every year he's gotten better. I challenged him this year that we need some more offense out of him. He's one of the nation's leading scorers. He's just a phenomenal kid. He's unbelievable. Ben coming here from Union, he had to sit out a whole year, and that was, challenging. But he's become a little bit of the heartbeat of our team. Like the way, when Ben's in the room, everybody knows he's in the room, and he's lively and he's got great energy. And he plays a ton of minutes for us, a ton. So he plays every situation. Another great kid. Schulte's having his best year by far. He's more dependable. I can play him anytime. I can play him, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, up a goal, down a goal. So I'm disappointed for them. We didn't get the outcome we wanted, but I know for sure they would rather advance the second round than win the last home game. That's one thing for sure I know.
On the Sorensen penalty, was that just careless, or is that just his reputation, or what do you think went on there?
I think, well, you can't hit players when you see their numbers. And sometimes it's hard to stop. And not hard, it's impossible to stop. So, you got to be more careful. You just got to be more careful. Like you can't do that.
How do you think Rico played? He made some big saves, especially during the major penalties.
Yeah, Rico has been good for us. He gives us a chance to win every night. For surely made some big saves when we needed him to in those 5-minute majors and down the stretch of the game to allow us to get a chance to get to overtime.
How do you feel? You got to wait and see on playoffs, but how do you feel at your position right now, the way the guys are playing and what you got?
I think I've mentioned, I don't think there's a lot of difference between 2 and 6. And going into last week, we had a chance to finish 2 and had a chance to finish 6. And obviously we can't finish 2 anymore. There's really, you're going to have to beat a good team. And without fans, I think that, there might be some upsets in that first round. I truly believe it. Whether or not wherever we finished, you're going to have to play well to win. And the teams that are playing the best are going to advance.
Grant, you talked about the adversity that you overcame tonight. Is that obviously you didn't get the result you wanted, but with the playoffs in 2 weeks, is that like something that you can hang your hat on, I guess, going into that?
Yeah, there was a little bit of a black cloud over us today. And, I told the players that cloud's gone. Obviously we didn't get the win, but the way we played, there's some sunshine coming in.
Is the locker room, do you see a confidence, even despite the loss, do you see a confidence going into the playoffs among the guys?
They're disappointed today. I think when they, get through it and reflect a little bit on it. It's as good as we played and probably played pretty good against Bowling Green and pretty good against Bemidji. But it's as good as any of those games, in my opinion.
Do you feel you're a dangerous team going to playoffs? A team that other teams really probably don't want to play?
I think I saw some guys tonight that had struggled. I thought they played well. And if those guys can kind of get the ship righted, then we are a team that, can do some damage. It's just you got to get everybody playing. We're like everybody else. You got to have your best guys playing great, and you got to have the middle of your lineup contributing. And tonight we got a goal from the fourth line. You need goaltending. You need a decor to play well. And I thought for the most part, all that happened tonight.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, I'll try.
We are recording, so whenever you guys are ready.
Joe, it was probably your last night playing at the Barry, in your career. What are you going to remember most of your time playing here?
Just how passionate the fan base is here and how much they love their hockey in Marquette. Starting from year one, the year before the attendance wasn't that great. And slowly as the years went on, the attendance grew and people started to get passionate about it again. So, the crowds that we have put on and just how much they love our hockey has been something that's special, and I'm definitely going to miss the Barry.
you guys were down, thanks to, you know, 2 major penalties, goals off that, but you fought back and came back. I mean, does that show the grit and the spirit you guys have in the locker
Yeah,
room?
I'm so proud of our group tonight. You know, 2 5-minute penalties. Just the game was just not going our way. And we just stuck with it, laid the foundation down in the first period and slowly chipped away at them. And sometimes it takes to the last 5 minutes to break a team. And, you know, it was great that we got that point and headed into overtime.
Grant said that you were the only one that stayed as a freshman and committed to Northern Michigan out of the group of recruits that were coming in. Why did you stay?
Well, you know what? Rob approached me when I was about 17 in juniors. So they were one of the first teams that talked to me. And, you know, after I got off the phone with Grant the first summer that he was coach, just looking up his resume and, you know, the 2-time national champion, it's just the list goes on. So that was very enticing to me. And, you know, I wanted to stick with him because I felt like Northern was the best opportunity for me to play. And definitely glad that I stayed here because this has been the best 4 years of my life for sure.
You guys are disappointed after the loss, you know, obviously, but do you guys still have the confidence, you know, that you guys can be successful in the playoffs, you know, pull an upset in the first round?
Yeah, 100%. It's a weird year. Just make it to the playoffs, anything can happen. And the way we played tonight, if we play like that, we can, it's not even sneaking up on teams. We'll be successful if we play that way and have everybody going. So not one part of me is worried. And playoffs is the best time of the year. And I'm very happy to head in there with this group of men.
Any more questions for Joe? All right, thanks, Joe.